Welcome to the Ram Roundup and the men's soccer preview for the 2018 season. We're here with head coach Jim McElderry. Jim, coming off an incredible run last year, you come back, a lot of turnover on this team, lots of new players. What has this preseason been like coming off of last year into this year with so many new guys on the team?
Yeah, it's been a little bit different, Scott. You know, a lot of new faces. It's one of the challenges for every college coach in every sport is, you know, you have a great group of guys come in. Eventually they move on to the next part of their life, and you bring a whole new group in. So it's a fun time, but at the same time, we've got a lot of work to do, and we've got a lot of new faces in important positions. So it's going to be a work in progress for us as the season gets going, but it's exciting, and we've got some really good senior leadership, and juniors and seniors. So we're happy with the preseason so far. It's been hard work, but we're excited to play the first real game on Friday.
You talk about the losses. Obviously, kind of the two big ones, Matt Lewis on the back end and Yannick up front, but you've brought in three players. I mean, for myself, I always saw Yannick as one of the best clutch players I've seen for any sport here at Fordham. And you've got two newcomers up top with Janos and Samir, you know, to help kind of replace his production. And you got Sindri in the back for Matt Lewis. What have you seen out of those three guys as they find their role with the team?
Yeah, all three of those guys have settled in quite well. You know, two of them have been a little banged up during preseason, so it's a little stop-start for them. But overall, they've done a really good job. I think you're right. We have the challenge of replacing some guys who were not only very good players, but played the best at the most important moments. But we also have to replace the real personality of the group that had some seniors that were just so unselfish and played any role we asked them to do. And I think that's where we're still trying to figure out. We've got a couple of new faces that I think will be able to do that. It just may take a little while for them to settle in and really figure out what role they're going to play. But our new guys have done a really nice job of coming in fit and ready to play, especially those guys you mentioned where they have a little bit of college experience already. So preseason wasn't that big of a deal for them. It was really just trying to get them sharp and get our other players playing with them and understanding their tendencies. And every week, hopefully, we'll keep improving on that.
I know a lot of coaches, you know, they don't think a ton about preseason polls and things like that. You were picked in the top 25 for the United Soccer Coaches, and the coaches poll for the A10 came out, and you were picked in the top spot for absolutely the right reasons for what you guys did last year. What does that do for the expectations going forward into 2018 when you see all those preseason things come out, whether they're accolades for individual players or for the team?
Yeah, I think we were a bit surprised to see us voted first in the conference. We finished fifth last year in our conference because our conference was excellent last year. So, but I think you can't be afraid of high expectations. It's nice to be recognized and to have the Fordham name out there as one of the top programs around, especially coming off a good year. But our players are well aware. It's more of a respect for last year's season than we haven't done anything yet, and we're well aware of that. So I expect the conference to be incredibly difficult. Some new coaches in that we know are going to do a good job, and a lot of returning players that played big roles last year, and I'm sure they have expectations to have a great season again.
You guys come right out of the gate. Patriot League School, Holy Cross to start it this weekend, and then you go out to Wisconsin for that Labor Day tournament. Wisconsin, a top 25 program, Northwestern Big Ten program. What was the thought process behind getting that tough non-conference schedule and hitting you guys early to get you prepared for later on in the season?
Yeah, I think we always want to get tested early on. We always have seemed to come out of the gates a little slow, but I think it's important to get tested to figure out where you are and know what you have to work on. Last year we tied our first game 0-0, lost our second game 3-0, but we came away from that first tournament realizing, hey, we've got work to do in these areas, but we also can compete in some of these other areas. So I know Holy Cross is going to be a very good team. They lost in their conference final last year, so they were one goal away pretty much from getting the NCAA tournament. And as you said, the following week playing Wisconsin, who had a very similar season to us last year, really did some great things. And Northwestern are always a good team and have made the NCAA tournament many, many times. So I think all three of those games are going to be a real challenge. But we get on the road, we kind of see how we can manage that, and then we'll kind of regroup after those first three games and kind of see where we are as we move forward. But it's exciting to get on the road and really to start representing Fordham in real games.
All right, well, thanks so much for joining us, Jim. Best luck this season.
Thanks, Scott.
We continue our Fordham men's soccer preview with our player interviews. First, we're here with senior forward Janusz Luba. Janos, has this training camp and preseason action been a little bit different based on how last year ended with all of the great things you guys did? Is there any type of different feelings going into this camp as based off of last year?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have high expectations, coming off when we went to the Final 8 last year, and we have high expectations to ourselves. We have big shoes to fill. Guys like Yannick, like Medilu, like Bazzini, they're all gone. They had a big impact in last year's success, and also we have a big freshman group with like 10, 11, I don't really know, 10, 11 new guys, and it's been fun so far, but we have to work on our game. We haven't been too successful in the preseason games so far, but I'm confident. We have a good group, we have good quality, and we just have to bring it on the field.
For you specifically, it's a little bit different. You played with your brother for 3 years here. Now you're kind of on your own, but you have a few newcomers that I'm kind of looking forward to seeing. Samir and Janos play with you. What has that transition been like, not having Yannick here, but having some new fresh blood to work with you up top?
I mean, obviously, I've played with Yannick my entire life, and it's kind of difficult now that he's not here anymore. But I know, as you said, I know Samir and Hansi from KW last year. I played with them last summer, and they're both great players. And I also helped them to come here or to get here. And I mean, we worked it out pretty well, or it worked out for us pretty well last year in the summer. So I'm just looking forward to play with them on the field. And Hansi has just come back from an injury, but it will take some time for him to bring his game, or to bring his A game, say it that way. But I'm just positive and can't wait.
Preseason predictions, again, I know some people look at him as motivation. Others don't really care much about him. Preseason poll comes out for the A10. You guys are picked first. So you have, once again, the target on your guys' back. Obviously, for the last 4 years, 2 A10 titles, 3 NCAA appearances. What type of motivating factor is that for the team that you guys do have the target on your back, being picked in the top top spot by the coaches?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an extra motivation, but it's also everything is based on last year's success, and it's like always nice to be recognized, even within the conference with from the other coaches and stuff. But it's a new season. Everything's changed. Every team has new players and has players that left, that graduated, and as I said, it's always nice to be recognized, but we can't count on a preseason poll. We have to work on our game and try to back it up. That we win another A10 title, and then we'll see.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Janos. Good luck this season.
Thank you.
We continue our men's soccer preview with senior goalkeeper Rashid Nuhu. Rashid, preseason polls came out this week. You guys were picked in that top spot with 2 A10 titles, 3 NCAA appearances. What does that do for you guys motivation-wise that the coaches picked you guys in that top spot?
Honestly, after last season, it's something like we expected as a group to be high there in the rankings. Obviously, we're not going to take it as granted. We still have to work hard and gel together as a group, because we have 12 new freshmen, 2 transfers, so we still have some work to do to get a group going forward.
Yourself, Janos, and Jurgen are all on the preseason all-conference team. For Jurgen and yourself being so close, center back, goalie, and integrating all those new players, what type of goals are you guys setting for yourselves heading into this year?
Right now, as a group, we just try to play together, because as I said, we have a lot of new players, but we still have older group players on the field, and we need the older guys to step up and show their leadership and help the younger guys to get into the team and feel comfortable.
How exciting has it been to, again, you say we lost a lot of players last year. You lost Matty Lewis, you lost Chris Bazzini out of that backline, but you have newcomers like Sindri, like Johannes, like Samir, like Jacob Framson and stuff like that. For the excitement of getting those new players in, showing them the ropes and stuff like that, is there a level of excitement to see those new guys and see what they can do?
I mean, yeah, it's really exciting to see these guys come in, some of them showing they're capable to play, step in the roles of Matt Lewis, Yannick, and all the older guys who left last year. which is really like good for us as a group, because we really need like the younger ones to step in and fill up the roles that we're missing right now. So it's really exciting to see them step up and show what they can do.
That'll do it for the Fordham men's soccer preview here on the Ram Roundup. Thank you to Janusz Luba, Rashid Nuhu, and Jim McElderry for joining us. Fordham men's soccer starts their 2018 season this Friday up at Holy Cross. It's a soccer doubleheader at Holy Cross where both the Fordham women and the Fordham men are both playing. The women's game starts at 5, and the men's game will probably start at about 7:30. Both of those games can be seen on the Patriot League Network. You can also follow both games on social media at Fordham W Soccer for the women's game and at Fordham Soccer for the men's game, as well as getting live stat links for that doubleheader. For the Fordham Ram Roundup, I'm Scott Kwiatkowski, and we'll see you next time.